All right, everyone, welcome. So it's just, you would have seen that button here about our stream to YouTube, which is actually still powering up. So, all right, everyone, okay. Welcome. So this is the part I hate, that it always does that echo. So that's why I don't like to be the one to share it. But we are on. And so we are waiting on a couple of people, and I just got some messages here. And so hopefully they'll be able to still come on, but welcome. It is our Saturday get together. A little different this Saturday as we are live streaming onto YouTube. YouTube is kind of our platform of choice so that we could share with those that are not part of our private Facebook pages, as well as just those who might not be on social media at all. As you already know, YouTube is a great forum that people check for just information and tutorials and such too. And so that's why, again, we'll share it. And so you'll have access to that YouTube link with the registration that you had joining us here on Zoom. If you are not joining us on Zoom and you're already watching on YouTube, we thank you for kind of tuning in there on the channel. And then also too, if you're checking us out in one of the private Facebook groups, which I'm not thinking is happening right now because my partner is not on the line. But look, we're gonna make this happen either way. We'll just share this recording here. I'm anticipating this one to go a little faster. I will, like I said, have an extension where I'm going to share a different link because it's going to be more just those who did attend are going to be, invited to the extension. But I think just a lot of people in general may be a bit intimidated at times when it comes to promoting their brands, talking about it in this way. And so that is kind of why we exist. My own lane consultants is just highlighting the trucking entrepreneur. So not just the driver, not just a broker, not just, dispatchers and so forth, but just really talking about the ecosystem that really creates trucking for us. One of the challenges that many people newer to the industry are finding authentic connections, not the ones that show up on mega websites or on other more commercialized platforms, is that the information from smaller entrepreneurs is limited to social media. And many people have their different views and feels about social media, so that therein lies the challenge. A lot of good relationships, sound businesses are just existing in that way, and people in more formal settings just don't get an opportunity to connect with us. So that's really one of the missions that my own lane consultants is looking to bridge. There's going to be times that, yes, it is best to keep this within our smaller communities, our networking, word of mouth type feel. But then there's some corporate entities, government entities that ask for this type of evidence that we're having these conversations. And this is just kind of collecting the data, the opportunities, the people in which to direct that type of attention to. So without further ado, I want to first introduce my partner to kind of check in with him, see how he's doing, and then we'll do more formal introductions as we are live streaming. And so, Jeff, are you available to come on camera? I know you're driving and such right now. Can you hear me, Jeff? Okay, there we go.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. Safety first. So you said you're on your way to Charlotte, huh?
Yeah, going to see baby girl.
Okay, just getting started, or this the end leg?
No, I just 2 hours, 2 hours of in.
Okay.
Got held up. People don't know how to drive in Georgia. I think I saw in
Across the
Texas license
board.
plates.
Oh, no, no, not the Texas thing. Well, I want to go ahead and start off with you providing an introduction kind of this collaboration that we got going on, and then give those who are here in the Zoom room with us that opportunity to kind of do their introductions and seeing where we go from there. I've gotten some messages from people that said they were chiming in, but also that they were running late. So I yield to you.
Yes, yes. Good afternoon, good morning to everyone. My name is Jeff Renfro. I am owner of Freight Runner Operators. I operate a truck. I'm a trucking consultant with a dispatching service, and in a nutshell, I look to help owner operators, small fleet owners, um, maximize their profitable potential, and reduce their expenses. And it can go as far as they need to go, or as short as they need it to go. I'm just the extra layer of your business, an extension of services offered to you, whether you need to know your cost to operate, if you want to know if it's time to scale back, if you're looking to speak to customers so you can get direct shippers, but you don't know how or what to say, I help you with that as well. I just, I want to, help owner operators not be into that 80 percentile to where, they go out of business within the first 2 years, or they're reaching the 2 year mark and they want to get off the load board and they want to get direct shippers, but they may not know exactly how to go about transitioning in that. And dealing with drivers and owner operators that operate on the spot market, just teaching them about the upswings and the downswings of the markets, which lanes are profitable, which areas are considered like dead zones and things like that, because quite a few people, they may not realize that the broker gave you a load that sounds good, looks good, pays good, but when you get to that destination, if you're not savvy, or if you're not aware of how to get yourself out of that situation, you may be sitting there for a few days until you find something where you say, it's worth your while. So, in my opinion, I think that if you're operating a vehicle, you should know how much it costs to move your equipment, so that when you call a broker, you'll know right off the bat whether that load is going to be profitable for you or not. So, just looking forward to being a extra layer to anyone's business, or anything of that nature. And if you ever want to know what your break even number is, or how much it costs for you to operate, or if you just want to say, let me see if my numbers match up with what you're saying, I offer that for free. Reach out to me anytime, day and night, and let's connect.
All right, thank you. And so right before we go to Hakeem, hold on, people are not checking their time. Cameras are optional. And so I wanted to yield here while we have Art available with Trucker Social. The topic of today's meeting is about networking, and that's really the premise of kind of why we have these Saturday get-togethers. It's each Saturday at noon Eastern, which is 11 Central, and adjust to your time accordingly. But are you available to come on and meet with us?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
Going good. All right. How's your experience going there?
Oh man, it's been wonderful. This is definitely a huge event. You know what I mean? It's been pretty much. I don't know how clear my lenses are. Hold on, let me try to clean that up a little bit. Just got to give you guys a piece of what's going on. Man, it's still foggy.
A little bit. It just says your bandwidth is low, which just you're not
Oh,
getting
that's
the best
probably
of
what it is.
reception.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
but nah, yeah. So nah, it's been a great experience. You got probably about 850 different booths here. So as far as if you're in the transportation industry, you have some brokers that have booths here. You have some carriers that have booths here. So it's a great networking opportunity. I've Tawanda on the first day, based on your recommendation, Lada. She came and assisted me, and she was just awesome. She communicated very well with all of the people that were passing by. You know, she got me a few leads and as well, and it was just that easy and that powerful of a tool. You want to kind of be in these types of spaces. You never know how potentially benefits you in the long term. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I know it is a little bit loud in here.
You're clear.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so just to reiterate, you know, the whole subject of networking, being here, we've gotten offers and actually sat on a few podcasts and you know, some live streams as well. So that's been beneficial to getting the overall brand out there. So, you know, all of these things wouldn't have been possible had we not shown up, you know. So that is pretty much the whole premise of really networking. I've noticed, you know, I mean, the women in this industry right now are just doing some tremendous work. I mean, they're touching corners of the industry that, you know, I'm not saying that no guy has ever done it, but it's just like they're coming in with a whole nother vigor, a whole nother level of dedication and understanding of how to really get some of these things done. And, you know, I'm just blessed to really be around some great women in this industry and just kind of building out that great team, and taking on these recommendations that's helping to bolster the brand and getting it out there, you know. So it's truly been a blessing, you know. And I
Awesome.
thank you always, Lotta, for really just, you know, all of your input. And, you know, I truly appreciate you.
No, well, thank you. Thank you for even just having that structure to get behind. I think that's what, great leaders do, and
All right.
I definitely view you as a leader. So thank you for just, allowing the opportunity. Just while we have you, because I know it's busy, and like you said, the focus is for you to interact in person. Kind of tell us why, just I had a couple of questions real briefly
Uh-huh.
of tell us about Mats. How did you find out about it? And a little bit about your background if people are just now meeting you.
For sure, for sure. Well, I've been in trucking now for ever since 2011. So just from the driver side and the carrier side, I've owned my own trucks. I've owned my own company since 2012. And you know, in all of those years, I really never tapped into this type of community. I really didn't know a lot about all of the different aspects of the industries, whether it's the, you know, the food services conference that they have, whether it's the, you know, the broker carrier summit, whether it's, you know, there's so many different tools and different conferences. If it fits your need, or if it fits you know, where you can actually get access to an opportunity to help your business grow, definitely tap into that. I learned about Mats just doing the whole search and talking to other people at the Florida Truck Show, at the Houston Truck Show. And I just kept on hearing about Mats being the largest. So I definitely wanted to be a part of that. So yeah, you know, and it's been beneficial. It's been beneficial for sure.
No, absolutely. And thank you for bringing that up. So I just put that you guys are at booth 61080. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
61080. So he'll be there all day. Matt's is an expo. So it's free, you guys, to go to the general expo. As he said, over 800 different vendors. So each vendor has a booth where you can meet with their representatives, learn about their product and services, and collect that information for you to, utilize firsthand, or also, again, share with your network. What would you say was your biggest like moment where you being there that you realized that this is something that you need to do in person more so than a virtual connection?
Well, really, you can't tap into the, you know, the people here without actually being here, right? So for us, we're still a full-on marketing agency with the app as an added benefit as well, right? We have the social app where we're getting drivers and carriers on, and it's a whole networking tool. But in order to get them those experiences or get them those opportunities, we still have to get out here and knock on the doors of these different companies to try to present those opportunities directly to the folks on our platform, on, you know, in our space, right? So, you know, whether it's factoring, whether it's finding some of the best insurance companies, I've talked to several different financing companies. I want to make sure that I can partner with a financing company that can get guys approved for scores, anything from 550 on up, you know. So I want to make sure that I can give everybody on the platform the best chance to win. And you know, that's what it's all about for me, as far as, you know, growing and contributing to the growth of everybody that I can actually touch, you know, and that's pretty much what my goal is. That's pretty much how I came into this industry. Like I told you guys, one of the personal reasons that I started Trucker Social in the first place was, you know, I suffered the first downturn in 2015, 2016. I didn't even know what was happening. I didn't know that this was something that, you know, happens regularly in the industry. And I lost a ton, you know, I lost tremendously in that downturn, and I just didn't have any mentorship. I didn't have any groups like this. I didn't have any, you know, one that could really guide me and tell me, hey, it was going to be all right, just kind of weather the storm. So I just wanted to kind of foster that type of environment to really, you know, educate and you know, fuel the growth in our community. So that's pretty much the basis on what drives me to continue this pursuit right here.
I appreciate that. So I shared here in the on in the Zoom link, excuse me,
Okay.
for Trucker Social. It's an app on your phone, so you can download it off any of the app stores. Also,
Mm-hmm.
again, it's a community. But last but not least, while we have you, Art, kind of share with us
Okay.
anyone that you've met from the community. And you mentioned Tawanda, but just anybody that you've met that you would encourage and want to give them a shout out from your experience at Matt. So anyone that you met
Well,
at Matt
absolutely.
that you want to
You know,
talk about.
I met the old infamous Larry Cawthorn. You know, great guy in person. You know, I've seen his videos and everything, so it definitely was a pleasure to meet him. Real down to earth. You know, so you know, look forward to chatting more with him. You know, and I've met Sheree from She Trucking. I've also met Nicole from Alta, and she's a wonderful personality. And I mean, truly, truly a pleasure chatting with her, and a real wealth of knowledge. And I definitely look forward to continuing the conversation with her as well. I know a lot of us, everybody's getting pulled left to right here. You know, they have so many bases to touch. So it's really just about, you know, some of us are just catching each other in passing. But you know, I try to get in as much time as possible. But I definitely look forward to continuing that conversation with Nicole. Yeah, and likewise. So I mean, I hope they feel the same. But man, that's what it's all about, networking, and truly it's been a blessing and a pleasure for sure.
Absolutely. Well, continue doing all that good work and tell us too about the podcast that you said that you were on. I'm sorry, I'm getting all these texts
Well,
still.
Shaquita was on Sheree's podcast, so I think they were doing like
Okay.
a live. I know a couple people stopped by. You know, forgive me because I didn't get everybody's name. Some folks are just doing videos for their YouTube channel, and you know, I'll just try to, you know, support and just, you know, assist their brand if they want content. You know, a lot of us see us as you know, it's, I being honest, there's very few black faces here. So, you know what I mean? Some folks were pretty much stopping by and just kind of showing that love and sense of community for us. So I greatly appreciate that as well. So
Well, awesome. And
yeah.
again, thank you. And look, you hit it. I knew you were going to. I wanted it to come out of your mouth. This is, one of those that
Right.
our connections, our presence is definitely felt. And that's what I was saying at the very beginning too, part of the whole reason why we're coming
Yep.
together and encouraging each other to get on camera, to get online, to get out further than just Facebook, social media, is because people are looking for us. And it's just very hard to find us if we're not out there in that digital space. So apps such as Trucker Social, I'm going to share some other websites and stuff as we talk about networking, and anything that you want to share here in the Zoom room, as well as watching us on YouTube, please feel free to drop in the chat. Thank you again, Art, for everything. Enjoy your
For sure, for
experience. I look
sure.
forward to hearing more about it.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely,
you guys make sure that you tap into that Trucker Social app, download it, be part of the community. So thank you.
absolutely,
All
absolutely. Thank
right.
you, Lotta, once again for the platform and the love.
You're
Always.
welcome.
You guys have a great show.
Thank you. Thank
All right.
you.
Talk to you soon.
All right. So if you are here joining us in the Zoom room, so you have the advantage of having the chat right here. So feel free to share your information, your contact information, comment, communicate with the chat because that's here. As I mentioned earlier, this is kind of a little different than what we usually do on our Saturday meetups, with it being live streamed into onto YouTube. And so I've shared in the chat, and I'm about to pin it if I can make sure I do. It never cooperates with me. I wanted to pin it as the link if you want to share it with those who are off the platform, not available off the Facebook platform. So you'll hear me use that word platform a lot because it's in reference to Facebook, Instagram, those type of things. All right, so I'm getting feedback from people who are just still kind of reiterating that they're running late and with questions. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to first yield to Hakeem. I know his time, he's, again, as all of us, multitasking. And so I thank you for spending this time live with us here in person, even if we're not face to face, but this virtual piece counts too. So Hakeem, are you available to come on and introduce yourself and tell us what it is you do?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
You can. You're not on camera. Is that by choice?
Oh, hold on one second. No, I just got you. Sorry,
All right.
everyone. This is my first time using Zoom in my life.
He is. Look, I've converted him. I've got him to the COVID level
Yeah,
right here.
facts.
All right,
Um,
Hakeem, go ahead.
yeah, so my name is Hakeem. I'm a salesman at MHC Kenworth. I'm actually at work right now, just chilling. I'm doing a favor for a customer. He's been having service issues, so I came to make sure personally that they taking care of his truck. So this is the type of things I do like normally. On a Saturday, I don't know, let me see if I can flip my camera. On a Saturday, there's like no one here. I'm the only person here. And I'm usually here on Saturdays, just making sure that I'm helping people out. I learned this a long time ago. Being I'm from a single mom that wasn't born here. Um, your network is everything. Like seeing her struggle, trying to get help to do things, how to figure everything out on her own. Growing up, I was always the person that if somebody needs something, they called me like, call Keem. Keem got the answer. So I just always figured that, being that that plug for everything pretty much, I always get the best outcome for people, which I think the universe just rewards me for it. So I take care of people and the universe just take care of me. So I'm always here making sure that I'm getting customers the best approvals possible, the best trucks. Like even if I see a truck has a certain amount of profit in it, I'll say, no, you know what? I looked at the service history on this truck, doesn't really look too good. I think you should go with this other truck or, find something else basically. I always tell people like your success is my success because if I help you out, you're gonna do great. Your business is gonna scale. You're gonna buy more trucks from me. You're gonna send more people to me. Anyone you refer me, I'm gonna pay you for it. I'm never greedy, and I feel like that kind of energy and that kind of output will always help you win. There's no need to be greedy. I'm still new into the trucking industry. I come from New York. In New York, I never even thought about a truck. I seen them all the time. I never thought about it. All I knew was these things always causing traffic. Never really cared about it. Never even thought about it. So leaving New York, working at Mercedes Benz right before COVID, I stopped working. I stopped working, and I literally just started working again about 2.5 years ago or so. For MHC, I moved to Atlanta and I said, okay, I'm just blowing through my savings. I haven't been working. Like, what am I doing? So I went on Indeed, fixed up my resume. I seen this place, MHC Kenworth. I seen a salary. I'm like, this don't seem right. Applied. The next day I got a call, came in for an interview, and I'm like, wow, I love this place. So now fast forward, I'm just like seeing more and more about what these trucks actually do and how they actually turn the world. Like literally, I'll never forget my interview. The guy, Chad Fine, said, Hakeem, what's the difference between me, you, and everything in this room? And I didn't know what to say. I'm like, we're alive? Like, I don't know, we're living things. He was like, no, the difference between me, you, and everything in this room is everything was bought here in a truck. I was like, wow, like that was like one of the hardest lines I've ever heard, ever truck related. So I'm like, I never thought about that. So then every time I look around, I'm like, I wonder how that got there. I wonder how that got there. Did a double frame, heavy spec, W900 bring that, or stuff like that. So now digging more and more into the community, I'm seeing like how important truckers are. To me, truckers are like doctors and nurses. Like it's crazy. So like the fact that I never thought about it to now seeing and getting so exposed to everything and doing so well early on in the career here is just like it's just a lot of information to process. And just my number one thing is to just help people out, like make sure that everyone gets taken care of, um make sure that everyone overall has the best experience, because it's not just about a one-off deal. Let me just sell this truck and move on to the next customer. I tell people all the time, you could talk to me even if you're ready to buy in 5 years. Like I can give you information. I set people up to be tax exempt, and if we have trucks that's a little bit out their budget, I'll set you up, help you up to be tax exempt. Go buy from another company. Just make sure you do your work, and make sure you do your research to make sure that truck is okay. But other than that, man, I feel like this industry is so important to the world, and I feel like as Black people, we have like kind of like, I don't know how to explain it without making it sound crazy, but we have so much to offer. And if we came together like communities like this and we branched out, we will have so much power to do crazier and bigger things. I see it here being in Georgia. A lot of my bigger customers, owner operators, are like Black men that they own their business, their wife runs the books, and these guys are doing like dump trucks and this and that. And um they have what I was gonna say, they have scaling. Like, for example, say they want to buy a truck. The last dump truck I did, one of my guys here, um he applied for the truck, got approved same day within like an hour or two, zero down with like a single digit APR. And like that's not just for him. That's like anyone could do that. But if we stuck together and we put our minds together, it will be easier to get things like that done. Because he told me he just started out in like 2017, but he had the right friends and the right mentorship from other Black people that helped him scale, gave him the right knowledge. And he's always telling me, yo, Keen, this is my guy, help him out. And anytime he sends someone my way, they don't even question anything I tell them. They just say, like, Isaiah sent me to you, so I know you good. And I want that to be with everybody I talk to. Like anybody that contacts me, I want them to be like, okay, yeah, Jeff sent me, Lotta sent me, Josh sent me, Kiana sent me, Brendan sent me. Like anybody that within the circle, just help each other out. And I feel like it's just, I don't know. I feel like to me it's just so easy to just help people. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling right now. I don't know. I don't know.
No, you're good. I love the energy. And look, I'm gonna let you talk. That's one thing that we do here. We listen to one another. And so if you
Yeah.
are checking us out from YouTube, I've shared the link to join us in this Zoom group. That's the benefit of being here in the Zoom. If you are in the Zoom group and want to share this for your viewers that are not able to make it right now, please share the YouTube link. This is being recorded so it could be shared so people can know that we really truly exist. We may be small circles, but the thing about circles is that they're like bubbles. I always like to say it, blowing bubbles. You could tell I'm a mom, to where the right bubbles will attach and it becomes that big cluster that brings the excitement. So that's what we're doing here today. We're sharing information, sharing your contact. So I just shared here in the Zoom. If you list your contact information, I will go ahead and put it into the YouTube. And I also share the YouTube link so you can share that YouTube link to others either now live or later in your network. So thank you, Hakeem. I know that you're kind of moving around and stuff, but please stay and share your information, continue with this. And I'm going to call on to our next person to share a little bit about themselves, what they do in the industry. And that next person is going to be Miss BJ. Are you available to come on camera and say hello?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Great.
Please introduce yourself and tell us what it is you do.
Okay, actually, I just shared your podcast to my Facebook group just now. I got somebody that is at at the show. Her name is Liz, and she's in front of the She Trucking booth. She's like, "Hey, tell her I said hi." So I don't know if they're going to get on or not, but you guys, hey, how you doing? If you ever get a chance to go to this show, it is so fabulous. I didn't get a chance to go this year, but I've been, and I still have a customer that I met from the show. I mean, it's just such a good opportunity. So if you get a chance next year, whether you're a broker or a driver or dispatcher or just somebody wanting to get into the industry, it is so worth it. It really is. But anyway, I've been in this business for almost 20 years. I've been a freight broker, freight agent, freight broker, freight agent. And one of my main things is training. I do train people to become freight brokers. We're kind of really getting into the industry now where a lot of trucking companies and a lot of drivers are wanting to branch over into the brokering side. So that's getting to be our biggest customer, because heck, they're like, we want to keep all the money. Why not? We're driving the truck, so we can keep the money and be the broker. But the young man that was on there a few minutes ago, I can really appreciate him because that is my motto with training. The driver is the most important person in this whole scenario. Everything has to be shipped. And so I teach people to respect the driver. You will go longer in this business if you do. I was trained by the drivers. I didn't know anything about this business when I came in it. So I really, really appreciate drivers. I appreciate you too, Lotta, because you keep me updated with what's going on. And I had no idea what Zoom was either until COVID hit because I was teaching in person, and then bam, here I am. Lotta, help me. How do I do this? I'm on YouTube, Zoom for Dummies. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. She's still now. I'm doing the live tomorrow, and I'm going to have to, call you. Okay, wait, am I doing this right? So you got to keep up, guys. I'm telling you, I don't care how old you are. You have to stay up with the technology. You really do. And so I'm preaching that to some of my baby boomers and parents and grandparents out there. You got to get yourself together with this technology, and it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. But anyway, I just want to stop by and say hello. If you guys need anything, feel free to reach out to me. Talk to you later.
Awesome. I wanted to also just mention too, because BJ and I started a while ago and I just it was very overwhelming because I didn't have a lot of context. And even though I've just been in the industry for about 4 years myself, context came with application. And then I went back and took the class again with my other clients and stuff because they wanted me to do it at the same time with Tim and his wife. And so, a lot of times you may hold on to these gems for, a little bit, but keep looking at it. I want to encourage you to go back and reference the materials and then see if you can have a network to kind of bounce those ideas to your level of understanding. So thank you again, BJ, for always being you, always just, full circle. And, that's kind of my heart too. And I'm just discovering more opportunities in which to take care of the drivers. And so, look, I'm going to be leaning on you for a lot of your resources in order to make sure that we're cohesive and getting this mission accomplished. I know Kiona just put into the chat too. I'm not sure. Okay, you just cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you. So
you're welcome.
We are on YouTube streaming. This is a little different than our usual platform, but each Saturday we come together in these small networking communities so that we can, brainstorm, share ideas, kind of let others know from our perspective, how does the trucking industry look, right? So whether we're a driver, dispatcher, freight broker, or even some of the, I'm starting to call them allied industries such as insurance, financing, maintenance, those are still very vital to the industry, but we're not always looked at being part of the industry. And so if you're in the Zoom, that's really the only way I'm able to kind of give the camera and the microphone to you. If you don't want to be called upon, let me know in our chat. Please share your information in the chat because I'll go ahead and populate that to YouTube as you come on. So it kind of syncs, when people are looking at that. Because look, I'm learning technology of how to do chapters. My son is just like, Mom, all your stuff, you don't have any chapters. I was like, what is a chapter? He's like, it's how people can tell what to listen to. I said, isn't all the stuff good? But, in our day and age, Look, I see Josh laughing at me. But in our day and age, you have to kind of make it bite-sized and relatable because you'll lose an audience, like I said, because it doesn't resonate or they don't quite understand how to use the information at that particular time. So our next person I want to yield to, and again, cameras are optional, is Angel. Angel, did you want to come on and speak to us about what you do and your experience in the industry? Is she available?
My apologies. How are you doing tonight? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm ahead of time. I'm in motion. I hope everyone is doing well on today. My name's Angel Lovelace, and I'm the owner and founder of The Trucker's Assistant here in Memphis, Tennessee. Basically, what I do is I help owner operators and small fleet owners start, sustain, and scale their businesses. We are just a one-stop shop for trucking and logistics companies. We offer everything from dispatching services to applying for your authority. We help with consulting, answering questions. There's quite a bit. So just everything in between from start to scale. That's what we do here. I'm sorry, I'm in motion, in movement. So that pretty much sums everything up. And I will put my contact information in the chat so that if anyone needs assistance, I am here to help.
Awesome. Thank you. I was trying to catch up with you in what you were saying. So yes, when you put that in, so that way I can make sure I'm sharing the most up-to-date information, I will put that on YouTube as well. So be careful out there, and all those who are multitasking, moving. Look, that's what our industry does, right? We're moving around. Look, I'm trying to answer phone calls at the same time. So it's what we do. But that's also where we want to have value in the time that we come together. Kiona shared with me earlier that she wasn't able to come on. She was on actually last week and shared some great information about truck accounting considerations. And so I just want to double check because I want to make sure that you have an opportunity if you wanted to say anything, add anything, if you would in the chat if you're not able to come on the mic.
And also, she was so great. Folks want her to come back again. I already told her that too. You said,
oh, cool. Look, she right here. She right here. She is at a family event, you know, because trucking involves family. That's how that goes too. Laura's about to pop on here in a moment too. So that's why I'm kind of getting there. So she can't talk just yet. So we'll come back around. Just kind of let me know as well. Jeff, look, if you would, you're driving, so I don't want to put too much on you. So never mind with that comment. But I was going to give you an opportunity. Now I'm going to go forward with the comment of just sharing some of the contacts that you've made and a little bit of how you first started for those who may have just came in doing this platform and kind of connecting people as you have.
I'm sorry, what was the question? Somebody texted
I know
me.
I kind of blurred that question because I'm over here trying to put the contact information in the YouTube, but just a little bit more about, you know, your passion in connecting the people as we're alternating, you know, Saturdays in the platforms and such.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing for me, myself and about 25 other people were a part of this group, and we were getting so much information, you know, once a month that when it discontinued, we were like, man, we still want to keep these things going. And, you know, we just saw so much value in just connecting with one another because, you know, with COVID happening, you know, everybody was virtual. So, you know, most of the things that were going on were everything was virtual. So you didn't get to connect with people. Or if you did get to connect with people, it was costing you an arm and a leg. And after you finished paying, you know, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for information and you had more questions, it was you had to pay another service fee in order to, ask questions. And I found that a lot of people were just, kind of getting discouraged or just throwing in the towel, or even just saying, I'll figure it out later, but then figuring out later could cost them their business. So I just felt like, because I'm a connector with people, I felt like, doing the Zooms and having the opportunity to still connect with folks, and, people had questions, whether it's a driver, someone trying to be a dispatcher just coming into the industry, someone that's a broker that's looking for actual drivers that are on time, they have their compliance together, they have the trucks together. And I just felt like that would be a great opportunity to just, continue those things going. And we were doing once a month, and then the folks were just, they kept saying, can we get more, because they found it was so much valuable information. So I got the thumbs up to do 2 a month, and we've been rolling ever since. And I definitely want to give a huge, huge, huge thank you and kudos, big ups to Lotta, because a lot of the stuff that we have is because of her and connecting everybody. Because there's people that I connected with that I probably never would have even had a chance to speak to before, because I'm not on social media as much. I do my stuff kind of behind the scenes, but I'm trying to change that around. A lot of people telling me to, put more stuff out there. So more content is coming. But I like to do the connecting with folks. If I don't have the answer, I'll go get you the answer. I'm not gonna just tell you something just to tell you. I'd rather say I don't know, but I promise you I'll find out within an hour.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. And that's definitely the attitude. I'm sorry, because like I said, I keep getting the calls. The attitude and the vibe, if you would, with the connections here. We're not, although we may have expertise in our lanes, in our area excuse me, because yeah, I'm like rabbit. As we may have the expertise, we still are here to listen. Listen, because everything is subjective. Life is subjective. And you have to understand the need in order to be able to provide a solution. And the solutions and needs constantly change. So just being aware of all this really adds to it. And so, Josh, I'm not sure if you're seeing my comments, but I actually have you queued to come up next. Are you available to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, cool. There we go. Because you're directly messaging me, so I was just double checking,
I was
and I
like, I was
just
like,
shared.
I'm not even sending it to everybody. I'm not even
No,
sending none of my contact info to nobody. I'm gonna
tell
make
us about you. Mhm.
I'm gonna try. Can y'all hear me?
You
Can you hear
can.
me?
You're
Okay.
clear.
So my name is Joshua Sims. I I'm from Atlanta. Uh, Started my trucking company maybe like February. What was the pandemic? Pandemic was okay. So yeah, so February 4th of 2020. So ever since then, it's been a long learning, growing experience. It's been a fun experience, I should say. Um, I started off with the one box truck, just dispatching. That's basically what it was. Like some of y'all mentioned, y'all learned from a driver. How the industry goes, and that's where you got most of your information. It was a little different for me because most of the people, especially coming from Atlanta, everybody's kind of it's a finesse city, so everybody wants to charge you, and I'm not doing that. Plus, I was in school at the time, so I'm not paying for none of that. So, what I did was I just kind of I tell everybody every phone call this method that I learned from this millionaire. When he first started out trying to make money, he would send out 50 emails trying to sell a used car. And then he said by that 50th email, he would get a yes. So what I do was I didn't have a Facebook at the time, so I would go on Instagram and I would send out 25 DMs. I would copy and paste it from my notes tab and just say, hey, my name's Josh. I want to learn about the industry. I'm a dispatcher. Woo, woo, woo. And it took maybe 2 months before this guy, literally, he had served like maybe like 20 years in prison. He had wrote a book. He had like 4 dry vans, and he gave me the game. Like literally, he gave me his book, and he was my mentor for like maybe 4 or 5 months. And then we ended up losing connection. I think after that, I was like, you know what, I can do this. So I started off with one box truck. Literally, no, I stand correct. I started off with a hot shot. Didn't know what a hot shot was. I ended up losing that client, got discouraged. Then I ended up finding my box truck client, who I still work with to this day. Um, our first run was going from Raleigh, North Carolina to Jamaica, Queens, and then New York, like uptown New York or somewhere. And it was delivering the ventilator things for during the pandemic. And that first $110 that I made that hit my cash out, and I don't do cash out no more. It go direct deposit now. But I said, dang, I said it was that easy. And I said, you know what, I can do this. So over time, I gained clientele as far as partnerships with Kroger, Home Depot, and now I'm working on a contract with Lowe's and Home Depot moving appliances. Uh, and it's a very big industry, I should say. I'm kind of dishing away from, I won't say dishing away from the dry vans, but I'm focusing more on the box truck and appliances contract because, again, I love dispatching because that's where I started. That was my bread and butter. But I don't like having to get up, rush the adrenaline of trying to book a load every day. I like to live my life as stressful. I mean, as stressless as possible. So if I know I can get up in the morning and I apologize. I'm in Atlanta. Forgive me. But if I know I can wake up in the morning, hop on my computer, delegate, hey, you got to go here, here, here. This is what the scorecard looks for the week. This is what your margins look like for the week. Everything will change and fluctuate. But if I can know what it's looking like and what are dedicated, then I'm cool with that. Now, I won't completely dish away dispatching, but I'm focused on the contract and building partnerships because the company that I work for now, I ain't even told you. I think I did tell Jeff. Jeff, by the way, Jeff is my mentor too. But I work for a brokerage. I work for a brokerage and they handle all of T-Mobile's freight. And literally, it's like the way the brokerage is set up, is like they don't even use a factoring company because they found a partner that is so liquid based. They pay the money. They pay everything based off of, they just pay money. So everything's liquid asset, nothing's through a third party, nothing. So that's where I'm at with my business now. I want to grow and partner with people, hence working with Jeff, Miss Lotta. It was two like people like Garrett that Miss Lotta put me on with, another Josh that Miss Lotta put me on with, because there's a bigger mindset in this industry. Granted, the people who are brokers, dispatchers, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that because y'all keep the industry going. Same like the drivers. Y'all keep the industry flowing. It's just like the heart. The heart has 2 sides to it, and it just blood is going in and out. So all that being said, I want to be that part of the industry where I'm providing jobs. So through government contracting, through finding those contracts like the appliances, because once I sign off on the contract in Nashville and in North Carolina, then I'll be able to find, like, my whole purpose is to supply jobs for people who can't get jobs. So whether it be somebody who just got out of prison, whether it be a college student, a responsible college student, somebody who needs that money. And it's not like we can't pay them. Oh, do I need to get off? Oh, I thought that was a buzzer to get off.
Not a buzzer. No, we're not that strict, but
Oh, I was gonna say, but all that being said, that's my sole purpose because when I got in this industry, I mean I started off at Chick-fil-A. So when I first started at Chick-fil-A, my sole purpose after I became a supervisor, then a manager, is to make sure my team and my ship is ran properly. If my ship is running the course, then everything is good. So when I'm leading, I want to make sure that everything is in order. Whether I know your birthday, whether I know your allergies, whether I know your girlfriend's name, your kid's name, it's all going to reconcile and fall into place because a lot of people be like, man, I don't care about none of that. I want to make all the money I can. But if I know I can take care of my team, then it's all gonna come full circle. So like I hope I'm not rambling. I know Hakeem said he
it
was
makes sense.
rambling, but I hope I'm not either. But like my biggest thing is with the contract that I'm working on now, is great money that's gonna come in. It's great money. And I literally have the business plan in my computer. I work on it at work every day. I get done with work so I could work on my business plan. But literally, the money, when people look at the money, and a flaw in everybody's business plan is they don't think about the future of their employees. They only think about the future of themselves. So what I've allocated is the money. So whether it's money towards truck, employee costs, and then profit margins that I earn, I'm going to take away some of my profit margin to set aside money for the employee as far as emergency fund. So if I know, hey, I need to get an employee needs to maybe fly out to go see his daughter. You know what? You've been doing really well. You've been holding your own. You've been making sure everything's good. Why not give you $300 to go fly and go see your daughter or fly and see your son? Because that's how you remain. That's how you stay in business. Because if you don't have no employees, you can't stay in business. So again, I'm gonna wrap it up, but that's what I do. I'm Home Based Trucking LLC. Eventually, within the next year, I'm gonna get another LLC because Home Based Trucking is meant for the trucking side of it. But when I get on the government contracting side, I want to be a solution based company. So I'm thinking of different names. But again, and Hakeem, I heard you mention something about dump trucks. Before I started working with T-Mobile, I used to work at a landscaping company, making sure dump trucks in and out, scheduling routes, booking and everything. So if it's one thing I know about them single axle, tandem axles, and in fact, it's a whole bunch going on in Georgia right now because the World Cup is coming in 2025. They're remodeling everything downtown. I got a site for all the general contractors that's doing new building and everything. Like when I tell you, like it's a lot going on, and plus I'm working on that'll be done probably within the next month or so. I'm building a spreadsheet of all the like different carriers that I come in contact with, which is my book of business. That way, when it does come time and people want to partner, we know, hey, this, that, and the third of this company. And plus, just like Ms. Lotta said, and then I promise you this is it. I am partnering with this chef that's out of Atlanta. It's this system I used to work with that's called NetSuite. And I learned it. I somewhat mastered it, but I'm building up her whole warehousing and transportation from NetSuite. Literally, that's why I've been nonstop. And it's a big system. And I feel like it'll help the transportation industry as well. And I think transportation, we kind of focus on DAT and don't think it's a lot of CRMs out there for us, but it's a lot like McLeod, NetSuite. So it all goes hand in hand. And cool thing is like developing that for her is the learning aspect and something else under my belt, which I'll be able to take to other companies. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Look, I'm gonna summarize what I heard because that I was listening. I think everybody else here was too. So you weren't rambling. What you said made sense. And I really love when I called you last week my little Hot Wheel car. Because for real, you give him you pull it back and and he's gone. But that's the kind of energy you don't get without knowing Josh, without being around Josh. We haven't had the pleasure of being in the same space, but it almost feels like it because we have a phone number. You know, he's connected to the people I'm connected to that we've been in person. So you get the feel until it's real, right? And so that's kind of even the vibe we're going for with just staying connected. Even though we could be in the same metro area, there's so many different aspects. I mean, I tell people all the time when they come to Texas and they're like, Lada, I'll be in Fort Worth. I said, okay. And they're like, don't you stay in Dallas? I said, Dallas. And not that I won't take that hour trip, but it's an hour trip. In some deeper parts of Fort Worth, it's even like an hour and a half for me. So it's not just where I could just pop over there just on my way home type situation. And I truly understand that of our industry. So with that being said, Ebony, are you available to come on? Tell us a little bit of what you do. Please share your information on the chat because what I'm doing is taking that and we are still live streaming on YouTube. And part of today's purpose, just to kind of reset the room, because I know we've had some people join since speaking on it, is this is the opportunity to meet trucking entrepreneurs, not just those who you may kind of have a label attached to it. And I say that with love, not saying that that limits you, but you'll learn and hear from all of us here. And what I've come to learn of the industry is we've gotten here in multiple ways, what we do and how we do it, even if we come from the dispatching. You know, Jeff is going to dispatch with his experience, his reach much differently than Josh. And so that's not a negative in saying who's better, who's worse, but it's a sensitivity for the real fit. Who's going to understand what it is I do, and that our personalities as well as just capabilities and opportunities all align. So it's almost like, you know, we're about to have that solar eclipse, but it's just that perfect alignment in order to meet your goals because everybody has something different going on. So Ebony, are you available to come online?
Hey, Lada, I am. I'm actually stuck in traffic, so I won't talk long and I can't put my information in. But first, I
Okay.
wanted to just thank you for offering the community and being so passionate about keeping everybody together and making sure that we're all educated and connected. You're amazing, and I hope I tell you that enough. But anyway, my name is Ebony. I started out as a dispatcher. I opened up a freight brokerage during the pandemic, which didn't pan out well for me and my partner. So now I'm in the process of transitioning into financial education for truckers and also focusing on health coaching women truckers. Also doing a little bit of accountability for those women out in the truck that need support or are trying to accomplish certain goals. So I'll definitely drop my information in the group once I am settled. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Just also here to support other truckers and the allies, as Lada calls us.
Absolutely. And look, I've known you for a nice little minute now, right, Ebony? It's honestly, it was even before trucking or right in the very beginning of trucking. I'm trying to like
Yeah,
pinpoint.
it's been a couple of years.
Yeah. And I
And you
mean,
are the reason that I stay connected to trucking because after we went inactive with our brokerage, I was like, oh, I want to get back in, but it's kind of tough when you're working full time and you don't really have the best business partner. So I will say, guys, Lada is great. She has a great heart and she really wants our community to grow. So these are some really good connects and contacts to have. I haven't Lada has never steered me wrong. She's never connected me with a person that was dishonest or, just everybody's on the up and up in this group. So this is definitely a good place to stay connected if you want to get into trucking, if you want to grow. Lada's creating a great community for us. So everybody make sure you hang in there with us in this community.
thank you, Ebony. Thank you. Look, these are not paid endorsements. Although
But you are, right?
I really would, because I mean, that social currency, you guys, sometimes it is better than a dollar. It is better than a dollar because it's repeatable, right? If someone knows, trusts, and likes you, that business isn't just limited. It's not a transaction. So no, thank you for that. So Miss Dockery, are you available to come on? and then Charles after her. Ms. Dockery, Keisha. I am going to.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
You're on now.
I was trying to. Hi, Letta. I met you just at the beginning, at the top of the year. You had did a podcast, the women winning in logistics, and it was so good. I got your information there, and I've been getting your emails, your newsletters. Everything has been so good. So thank you so much. I'm so glad. I'm gonna continue following this community. But I am a freight broker as well. I started about 2 years ago. And just still in the beginning stages, haven't really cut ground yet, but I'm still working. I am also working a 9 to 5, but what made me push over into freight brokerage is my husband is a carrier, and then I was helping a lot of his friends file their authorities and things. So I just decided to go into freight brokering and a little bit of compliance with a compliance component. So that's just trying to network and meet, like-minded people that are in the same industry. So that's why I'm here, guys.
Well, thank you for coming, and look, we're excited to have you. I wanted to just say this out loud in the chat. I'm over here trying to talk, chat, move, everything. The capitals is not yelling. I wasn't yelling. So if you're here in the Zoom room, that's the benefit of being in the Zoom room. You get the behind the scenes jokes. But thank you for sharing that. I got the message. So we're having a conversation. That live Zoom link is being shared on the YouTube. So if you're watching this live, feel free to join us here for the next few minutes that we're going to be on. And I think the person who just
I got a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Who's that was just talking? Miss Dockery?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, real quick. I don't know. Hold up. Can y'all okay. I don't know what area you in, but that's why I got on the phone call too. That's why I like working where I work now. Eventually I'm gonna be leaving. But so I don't what area are you in?
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm in the Yeah, I'm in North Carolina.
Still, you cool. So look, the brokerage that I work for, right? Your biggest client or our biggest client is T-Mobile. T-Mobile, the warehouse is in Arlington. It's in Arlington, Texas. And literally, we're not 100% of it because, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing's ever 100%. I mean, they're always going to dish the work out to everybody else. But if you can get into contact with anybody out of what is the warehouse? Oh, it's Tailworks. I don't know how much research based y'all are or how much reading everybody does. I just got into reading. I never was a big reader. But read up on Tailworks. Tailworks is a big company that holds all of T-Mobile's equipment. But we do the brokering now. So if you want a plug as far as like, calling somebody, look for any Tailworks managers, just try to get into that. I mean, I've only been there a month, so I'm trying to, get in there. They giving me everything that I need, but I want to make sure I plug everybody in because, if you want to get on there where you tell your husband, hey, look, let's get on this one lane. Cause I know most of the time it's going from, and I hate to jump in,
But I was gonna say,
well,
because I got someone I need to kind of
no,
pop
go
off
ahead,
real
go
quick,
ahead.
Josh, and pop
But
right
yeah,
off.
go ahead.
We're gonna get those connections. Go ahead, Ms. Dockery. Did you want to respond?
Yeah, I can just get his information out of the chat and we'll connect there.
Got you. Okay, I see the thumb. I see the thumb. Okay, so Nicole is at Matt's right now, Nicole Ward, and so we want to yield to her so she can pop on, say her greetings from Ada, and kind of tell us a little bit more about that organization. I've seen a couple others that just came in. We're doing introductions, and I'm going to kind of reset the room, but she just kind of cued me that she's here for a quick moment. Want to go ahead and capture that moment. So Nicole, are you available?
I am. First off, Lana, thank you so much for like bringing me in live from that 2024. Whoop whoop, man! It's so exciting to see so many of our people here in the room. That is an amazing, I think, event. One of the biggest trucking shows that they have here in the U.S. So we're excited that AUTA is a part of it. And who is AUTA? AUTA is the African American Women Trucking Association. Yes, we exist, and we are here to make sure that we're able to increase the representation of African American women in the transportation trucking space. So if you can look behind me, you won't see very many people that look like me, okay? All right, that look like you or I. But see, AUTA is about FUBU. We're on the FUBU method. This is a for us, by us. And so we're out here representing, we're happy, we're proud, we're excited, and we need you all here. We're gonna come as a group next year, guys. We gotta be a family and represent. Okay, gang activity, trucking gang. All right.
I love it. She said gang activity. I'm sorry. That I shared the information. Help me with the next meeting date real quick, Nicole. The virtual meeting. Oh.
Thank you so much. We actually have a meet and greet coming up this Thursday, and if you're on this call, we want to invite you to come on for free. So I'm actually going to send the information to Lada, and she can get it out. So if you haven't connected with her, make sure you connect with her. This is Queen Connection. And we really appreciate what she does, her passion and her drive for trucking and transportation. So make sure you drop in with her. She'll have that code. Invite you all on the call. Come in for free. Learn about AUTA on account of Lada. And we appreciate you guys. I'm out.
Thank you. Have fun. Take care. Talk to you later.
Lada will drop my information in the chat. So we'll see everyone Thursday. Bye, guys.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Nicole is that high level energy all the time. So that was genuine. That was cool. You'll get to learn and meet her more because she is pretty active in our community. And so the African American Women Truckers Association, make sure I say all that right. But I did drop that information in the chat. And so I did promise Kiana that she'll be able to go next. So she's at an event too. Look, family, we're multitaskers, I tell it. So I want to go ahead and yield to her to do her introduction. And you've already shared your information on the chat, so I could put it in YouTube too, right?
I will get it in the chat. But good afternoon, everybody. Hey Jeff, happy to see you again. We was on Zoom, what was it, last week? Had a good old time. All right, so to everybody who's in the room who does not know me, my name is Kiana Wright. I am the owner and CEO of Right Way Financial Services. I am in the Midwest. I'm in Chicago, but I do service clients in all 50 states. So I primarily help in the trucking and transportation industry with taxes. So anything finances, balance sheets, financial statements, for those who are seeking to transition from company drivers to owner operators, I help them with the smooth transition, provide them with a checklist so that they aren't just jumping into the transportation industry without a safety net. I also help with audits, past due tax returns, just recently received my EA license. So now I am able to represent my clients before the IRS. And so, yeah, so I am here to network and get to know more people in the transportation industry. Also share a wealth of knowledge. I'm an open book. I don't hold anything back. So if you have any questions in that regard, feel free to reach out to me. I will put my information in the chat. Lada, you said the young lady she has an event coming on, you put in the chat.
The one that was just on a moment ago?
Yes, ma'am.
I will in just a moment.
Okay. All right, so I just wanted to pop in and say hi. My kids are playing basketball, so I'm trying to like multitask here, but I'm listening.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for, again, your knowledge. Like Jeff said, people were reaching out left and right. Like, is she coming back? I have questions. And I always tell people, anyone here on the platform, please connect direct to, because you're going to not have to share the time with the rest of us. And so, she's given her information. I did drop your website, the rightwayfinancialservices.co. Okay, I took care of you. I got you. So you're on YouTube. I've got her connections here. I'll put in the chat as well. And then feel free, Kiana, to share your phone number if you like with those that are part of our Zoom group. So LaShanta, are you available to come on? LaShanta? Thank you for the phone number. Cool.
Hey, how are you guys? Hey, everybody.
Good.
This is my first time doing this, so I'm a little nervous. Thank you, Lotta, for inviting me on. I'm not in the trucking industry. My dad drives trucks, though. He's been driving trucks for most of my life. He works for ABF, and so I'm just very very intrigued and listening to you all conversations. I'm so excited to see so many women truck drivers and just independent truck driver companies as well. My name is LaShanta. I am in the health and life insurance industry. And how I can help with you all is if anyone needs any assistance with developing group insurance for your companies or just needing group life insurance, health insurance, see me and we can talk about. I have a family insurance business. My husband and I together we work to help individuals with Medicare, under 65 insurance, and also life insurance and financial planning, retirement plans. So if you need some assistance in that area, I'm your girl. Thank you.
Thank you, LaShanta. You did good. You did good. Look, I'm proud of you. If you're around me, you know I'm gonna pull on you. I'm gonna pull on you because I see greatness definitely in you. And I would dare argue that life insurance, those financial services, your lane in the insurance industry is not part of trucking because that is, I forgot who shared that last week. Many truckers have a certain lifestyle, whether it's that over the road lifestyle or even just financial lifestyle. And if you're not protecting that lifestyle early, you won't be able to maintain it later. And so her services are definitely of value. So thank you for being here. Yes, we are connected with a lot of powerful women and women in all these different sectors. And so even here in the Zoom room, Miss Pam, which she's going to go on here shortly too. And please let me know if you're short on time. I could definitely kind of move you around and share some more information about that. But thank you, and you did a great job. So our next person up, Quinita. Quinita, are you able to come on the on camera or just microphone today?
I'm gonna do microphone today.
All right, we got you.
I'm working. I actually have an audit to tend to right now. So,
Okay.
but I do want to say thank you, of course, always allowing me to be a part of the platform. I see Jeff. I see all these amazing people. Of course, Nicole came on. I am I love trucking, right? I have the women's group, Truck of Queens and Truck of Kings, and then of course Palace Trucking Academy. So I teach you to actually get royal CDL, so you will be a safe driver on the road, of course. And then, of course, if you're looking to set up your trucking company, we do assist with compliance. I did help an individual that was referred to me. Hint, hint, Mr. Run for. Thank you for the referral. She was amazing. And again, I just like to give and be a wealth of information for anybody. It doesn't matter, what it is, if it's something that I can help you with, if it's something that I can give insight to, maybe connect you to, that's what I do. So again, my name is Quinita Harris. As you can probably hear, the pollen is already starting to set on my throat, so I'm sounding a little raspy. But anyway, so I appreciate you. I put my contact information in if you're looking to get your CDL. I am in Austell, Georgia. So Palace Trucking Academy, put the royalty in your mouth. All right. Y'all have a great day.
Yes, and look, we're going to just say the positive turnout on that audit, because that's compliance life, that's real. And so we want to make sure you have focus on there. But thank you for making it on here today too. And you are our featured guest for next week. So if you are interested in the pros and cons of the CDL license, again, the CDL is not a crackerjack license, it's a professional designation. And so we're going to bring honor and respect to the profession, and Ms. Quinita is going to lead the charge with that. So looking forward to that next week. And thank you. And we're going to let you get on back. With that being said, I did want to segue. I talk a lot about being off platform, again, in these Zoom rooms, in phone calls, in-person networking events. Today's topic is networking. Feel free also, if you're in the Zoom, to share your information with those here. I will be sharing that with YouTube. We're still live streaming onto YouTube. And so I do want to take a moment to talk about one of my first warm connections in the trucking industry, and that's Marcus Dunlap, and he runs the Black Truckers United Facebook group, and he's just gone to get a trademark on the name. Look, I'm wearing the shirt. Oops, try not run over my doggy. I'm wearing the shirt and everything today. And so I'm going to share the website, which is blacktruckersunited.org. So they have, again, an on-platform platform, and it was one of the first Facebook groups that was nice. I'll just kind of say it like that, leave it alone. But it was a nice group. It was a well-managed truckers group because, especially as a woman in the industry, I didn't get that reception in a lot of places. And again, as an insurance person in the industry, I didn't get the warm reception from a lot of places. And Marcus not only opened up the group, got me comfortable with connections, shared his many years of expertise. He's on the West Coast. He's in Phoenix, Arizona as a driver. And he was just even sharing with me the reason he's not on here right now is because he just finished a 70+ hour week. So I said, friend, rest. You've well deserved it. He keeps me connected to the drivers, which again is the heart of our community. And we just want to make sure that respect through understanding happens from all of us in these allied positions, because first and foremost, drivers are humans. Drivers are humans. And that's why you'll hear me say over and over, we're all connected because we're all interconnected. So thank you for that. And so the website again is blacktruckersunited.org. The Facebook group, which has 35,000 or such drivers and such on Facebook, is also with the same name, Black Truckers United. So connect there, connect with Marcus. He's again, well-managed group, friendly group, great conversation and insight. All right, our next speaker here is going to be Yusef Burgess. He is my partner in the insurance space. So I'm going to allow him to do his introduction and give his connections.
All right, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, thanks, Lada, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yusef Burgess. I'm the Managing Director for Strategic Insurance Advisors. We're a commercial insurance brokerage, but at the heart of it, we really are a service-driven company that focuses on transportation, specifically helping our clients to understand, retain, or either transfer their risk, their commercial auto risk. And Lada was talking earlier about social currency being better than dollars, and I could not agree with that more. I mean, how you treat your clients and how just people asking for information and being willing to provide information for free. I know personally, I mean, Lada is like the queen of that, but I think the culture of that is evident in this group. And I think it's so important because I've often heard many stories in our community of us not really being willing to do that. So I'm super excited about being around like-minded people willing to just be themselves. And I love that about this community and being here. And I'm thankful, and thank you, Lada, again for the invite. And that's pretty much it. I'll put my contact information in the group chat here, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Absolutely. And look, and humble spirits, humility, because look, he could go on and on with his designations, accolades, and knowledge, him and his wife, who shared a workers' comp video. And so I want to always just acknowledge family in the biological sense, in the appearance sense, in the networking sense, but just really the roles families have, as LaShanta was saying, and someone else shared again, it's Dr. Keisha, about how we're connected into the industry. I just want you to explore that thought. It's deeper than just a transaction. It's deeper than just a one-way load. It's deeper than I think superficially where people first start on their journey of finding. You find out that you really fall in love with the people in the industry, or at least I have. And so thank you again, Yusef, just for being someone I could speak to and relate with, cry about, fuss on, all that right there. I've done plenty, and I just want to acknowledge you for that.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Our next person is Michael. Michael, are you available to come on camera or the mic?
I can come on mic right now.
right,
Hello everyone. How y'all doing today?
Doing well.
Oh, okay. I'm Michael Oliver. Just started working on my authority. CEO of Knockout Trucking. For new truckers, male or female, I can advise. Shout out to Brianna who invited me. That's my compliance officer. She's wonderful. I'm sure there's more in the room, but the biggest thing is make sure you have all your ducks in line. Do all your research. Make sure you know your business and your business knows you, because you're a representation of your business. Make sure you're aligned with FMCSA, your state compliance, everything, because they're shifting a lot of information so rapid from the federal government side as well as state, that most truckers end up being penalized for. Let's put it like that. Like the state of Kentucky, there's a lot of drivers that I know up in that area are being dropped down in their CDLs. So, but in the near future, I'm about to go purchase a semi truck and things of that nature. So I'm about to be expanding on my business quite soon. Connecting with some overseas brokerage personnel, and I appreciate you guys inviting me. I wasn't expecting to be on, guys. So I appreciate everything.
I was on mute. No, we're glad to have you. And like you said, that's what this platform is really for. I mean, I know it sounds like we take a lot of time to do the introductions, and it's like, okay, so where's the content? The content is the people, the resources. And so you're out there as a practitioner, you're out there as the person who is getting set up. You have a compliance person. And I'm sorry, Brianna, she was on earlier, and I've known Brianna for, I think this is going on 3 years too. So, you're in good hands, and I'm glad she connected you to us. And you'll hear, like you said, the dispatchers, those working on the government contracts, the opportunities. These are what we share in our circles. Financing is Hakeem. I'm not sure if he's still on too. We're learning from each other. We're sharing the information, because at one place or time, you're going to kind of need all of this information to make better decisions, and then pertinent information. So I applaud you for doing the research, getting out there. You're going to hear people probably have told you many times, like, the bubble of trucking has already passed, or what are you doing? Everybody's complaining about getting out. Why are you getting in? Don't listen to it. To thyself be true, and really connect to the folks that are there to support you in your journey. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing, and be sure to subscribe to the newsletter so you can get the links to our weekly chats. So thank you. Pam, are you available to come on? Is she still here?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, awesome.
on my way out and about. But thank you, Lotta, for this opportunity. I am Pam Baker, owner of Core 4 Productions, with a software influence on the trucking industry. And what I'm doing, how I met Lotta, I got a warm introduction to her, really just trying to get my feet wet in what the trucking needs are. I have a proprietary software that I'm developing that is focused in on the pre-inspection, automation of the pre-inspection process, and taking it to the next level and adding digital twin capability. So for all my truckers that are out there, giving them the ability to utilize their smartphones to hover over and any problems that they're having on the truck, it actually will create a 360 view simulation of that. And they'll be able to point and click and send that information back to their carrier. Now, I haven't left out my owner operators. You'll also be able to utilize the AI technology that'll help you get service and help as well. So what my goal is, and when I met Lotta, really, like I said, to build connections, hear the voice and the heartbeat of the trucking industry, and really be able to create software designed around that. And not just that, I don't want to be selfish and just create the software. I also want to provide training for my Gen X, and I want to see more young ladies in the industry. So any feedback anybody has on that, let me know, shout out to me. I'm looking to partner with Black community colleges as well as HBCUs to get us a really nice program started that'll help the trucking industry and help our Gen Z, help our Black, brown and Black young people. So thanks, Lotta.
Look, I have to say this, and you'll get in a moment, but Jeff, she is in Texas. So I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, I'm here in Dallas.
Well, awesome, and thank you. And I'm excited just what you're doing, because as I shared earlier on the call, one of the reasons, the biggest reason why many people can't find these networks is because we're not telling each other. We're not on, if you want to think about, there's layers to it. You know, you have your word of mouth, and word of mouth can only be spread by those within hearing distance, right? You know, so that's friends and family. But then you have that next layer, social media. And social media is a little bit like a digital word of mouth. It's still within your circles. You still have to break that fifth wall of getting out there to have some digital realty. And, you know, corporations, MATS, as we started the conversation, Mid-American Truck Show, there we go. And different, as we're here in tech, because telematics is huge within trucking, huge, because it's about data. Insurance, that's what we're getting our information. So research, people don't know there's an academic component to trucking. So those who are coming from academia, there's opportunities and such, but we got to get our stories, our information, keywords, right? Into those arenas. We have to write a book to be in the library. And so I want to encourage each one on this call, anyone who's watching via YouTube, anyone who's connecting in these ways. I know it seems scary because you may not feel like you have it all together to be that representative, but you are a trailblazer in being that representative. You know, because again, this is being Women's History Month. So I've been in a lot of those circles and stuff lately. And we keep talking about, did a trailblazer know she was a trailblazer when she set out to do that? Did, you know, Harriet Tubman say, I'm doing this because I'm about to get on some money? You know, no, that's not how that's looked at. You just do what's right in the moment with the tools that you have. And that's what each one of us are doing, but it's going to take each one of us to get this done, to get this into our own libraries and such. So this is a topic I'm really passionate about. And I thank you again, Ms. Pam, for being here, sharing your resource. So her information is here. Ebony has something in the comments too, again, about that academic connection. She talks about Tennessee State University. And
Yes,
remind me too, when we reconnect, Chicago, just say Chicago to me and I'll know what I'm talking about. I hope I know what I'm talking about.
Awesome. Thanks for the opportunity, Lotta. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you for being that conduit for us.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And look, last but not least, and she also comes from that academic background, and I love kind of giving this as her intro, and I know she's probably like, you guys say that all the time, but it's true and it's real. And look, this young lady doesn't know the power she holds. I say that because I have nothing but love for our next speaker, if she's able to get on camera or microphone. But Miss Tashi, are you available?
I am available. I actually didn't even know that you were talking about me. That was a surprise. So thank you, Lotta. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tashi, and I am one of the owners of Shinnery Dispatch Services. And I'm with Jeff, based out of Georgia. So um, we basically work with owner operators who are kind of new to the industry, or who are making that transition from, being like company drivers to business owners, and helping them with that transition, just providing as much accurate information and education and assistance as we can. And for those of you that are new to this space, um, we're glad to have you. And I know that you'll find that this is a place where, we really believe in sharing information and helping and providing support where it's necessary. That's all I have.
Okay, you got to edit it like right in the as you were saying that. So make sure you share your information so I can put it on YouTube. And with that being said, I think I got to everyone. And look, why wouldn't I be talking about you? You're great. You're great, right, Jeff? I'm not making that up. I wasn't paid to say that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think I've touched on everyone. So where we're going now is we're going to disconnect from YouTube, and what I call it in teaching platforms is that extension activity. And so I'm going to share on the YouTube, on Zoom, in the chat, a link if you want to continue this conversation. And I give it probably within an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Jeff is like shaking his head. She's like, don't believe her in that sense of time. But I don't want to give everything away on YouTube. Again, we don't mind introducing the world to us on YouTube, but that's not where the party is, right? And so at the beginning, to reconfirm our topic, because we are at an hour and a half, we've had great opportunities to hear from those that have participated at MATS, the Mid-American Trucking Show. The next one is in Texas. It is the Texas Trucking Show in Houston in late June. And so I hope to be live at that one. But there's lots of in-between events, because this season and then early fall is when you have a bunch of your conventions. It's convention season. Associations and stuff like to meet in the spring and early fall to gather like-minded people the same way we're gathered here today. And so the link on Zoom is to our extension activity as we close out this room, which is connected to YouTube. So you can share the link with others. This was recorded, so others, hopefully, as they're searching, and hopefully my son will teach me how to tag this to the nth degree, we can be out there and representing what networking can look like, and what it should look like, what it does look like, because we're doing this, right? We've been doing this for several months now. And so every Saturday we have this invite. So if you're not receiving these links, please make sure you reach out. I have an automated system, Ms. Pam will be proud of me. I have the email links and stuff. And so subscribe to the newsletter at myownlaneconsultants.com. And that way you'll get the weekly link, be aware of the topic. And if you can make it each week, cool. If you can't, it's understood. It's understood. We're all busy professionals. So last thing I want to say before we kind of part ways here on YouTube and this link is just thank you for your time. Thank you for your dedication and just all that you're doing in the various forms. And I hope that's what your takeaway can be for today's session, is that we all came here in different ways, different inspirations, and we're all here for different reasons. And that's the part that we get to unravel and discover together. And so I want Jeff to say the final word for our YouTube audience. Then we're going to, again, cut this one off, open up that other Zoom link if you would like to join us for just a few more minutes and recaps or connections, clarifying questions, however you want. But this is going to be the end of that YouTube piece. So Jeff, I yield to you.
Yes, I had to find my mute button. thank you to everyone that was able to join us or you're watching the replay. Definitely stay connected. We have a lot of great information coming out. We try to make sure that we touch on every aspect of trucking, whether it's the business side, driver side, owner operator side, whatever it is that has to deal with trucking. We want to make sure that everyone is getting valuable information. And also, we just thank you because it's not possible without you, showing up every week, wanting to know, wanting to learn, wanting to engage. So we just thank you all for rocking with us. Hopefully, each week we provide something that you can say, I didn't know that. I'm glad I learned. I'm glad I was able to come today. So we thank you. And with that, have a good one.
All right, thank you guys. So we're disconnecting now. The link, if you want to participate a little further in connection, has been provided. If you need me to redo that link, let me know, but I'm gonna disconnect the YouTube. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye. Bye for those who can't join us. Have a great one.